every day parroting what they believe will happen. I can tell you they may have a shock of their lives.
Now, he also revealed that his presidency will initiate steps to revamp the main framework within which our democracy functions. You're still live on Joy News today, and we'll move from issues having to do with politics because 2017 National Best Farmer Yakubu Osman is calling on government to reform a mass cocoa spraying exercise. He says farmers are not benefiting from the program despite the huge investments government makes into it. Osman and other cocoa farmers are lamenting inadequate government support for their work, saying it's making it difficult for them to continue growing the crop. Here's a report by our Agric and Technology Desk.
Government holds on to about 30% of the money it earns from cocoa sales on the international market, giving farmers only 70%. Cocoa Board promises farmers freebies including free pest control, free seedlings and subsidized fertilizers to make up for their loss, but the farmers say they are not getting that support.
Government support for cocoa farming is not enough. Pests are attacking our fields, but there aren't enough chemicals to control them. We are all Ghanaians, but not everyone is benefiting from the government's support.
At age 47, Yakubu Osman owns 245 acres of cocoa farms at Seshri Asanyenso in the Western region. He is a self-made rich cocoa farmer who has been in the business since 1996. He, his 2 wives and 15 children, plus hundreds of laborers, manage his 43 different cocoa farms. But the challenges are several. He shows me pest infestation on his farm, which he hoped the mass spraying exercise will help deal with.
The mass spraying must be timely. Sometimes the guns come spraying, but before they get to you, it is finished.
Government spends hundreds of millions on the free mass cocoa spraying exercise every year, but the chemicals are not reaching farmers as a result of diversion and corruption. Some of these chemicals are usually rebranded and sold to the farmers at higher cost, although they are not for sale. Osman wants government to root out corruption from the program so farmers can benefit.
Just as government has done with the subsidized fertilizer, they should stop the free spraying and distribute the chemicals at a subsidized cost.
Sometimes the spraying gangs do come, but it's usually too late into the season and the trees get destroyed. Frank Eduhene is another cocoa farmer here.
Sometimes chemicals come, but there isn't a spraying machine. Sometimes the spraying machines are there, but no fuel. But the season for the pest has come, so they destroy the cocoa.
The farmers complain government pays them too low prices for the cocoa. They also lament high input costs. They say they don't get the subsidized fertilizers, and their communities remain perpetually poor.
If government can take the price at which it buys cocoa to at least 500 cedis per bag, you'll be happy because the cost of good chemicals is very high, extremely high.
Until these challenges are fixed, sustainability of the cocoa sector cannot be guaranteed.
Of Parliament's Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee, Kwabna Ohiming Tingase, is asking farmers to bear with government on the price as nothing can be done to increase it. He assures the free mass spraying exercise is undergoing reforms.
The history of this mass spraying has been the fact that individual farmers were unable to buy the chemicals and do the spraying themselves. And so government took up this opportunity. It is the management of the whole process at the farmer level which is the problem. And that, I believe, the best way out is for us to be able to address the problems. Why are they not getting? What can be done for them to get the chemicals? In fact, days gone by, those who were diverting the chemicals were getting full value for whatever they diverted. But currently, with the government subsidy and not full payment, it doesn't become very much attractive. But in all, excuse me to say, if we say we should give the money to them, a lot may not be able to do it as expected. They may divert the money too, which is not good for us because we want the increased production. And with this mass spraying, the hand pollination, and the other things they have done, now they are even planning to cut diseased trees and compensate the farmers for the period of gestation of the trees, which is also fantastic. So I wouldn't subscribe to that view, but I would subscribe to the view that let us correct the problems of that situation, which is not making the farmers to benefit.
So then there's also the general complaint, farmers' lives are not good enough, there's a lot of underdevelopment. From what you've seen from COCOBOT's plans and government support generally, what can they expect from government going into 2019, cocoa farmers to be better?
I think from the government view and the program the government have for cocoa farmers, especially for the fact that they have not had any reduction in the prices of the cocoa they sell, even though the prices have gone down, I think the farmers should be able to make it do with what they get. It is not bad comparative terms with the countries around us. And if Cote d'Ivoire are getting about 75% of what Ghanaian cocoa farmers are getting, then we don't have cause much to complain, but to manage the meager income that comes into the system. And we should also be honest to ourselves, because the farmer who is growing the crop for all of us to benefit is suffering. How much we, the staff? It's a rippling effect, and it is stage by stage. But honestly, also speaking, I don't think the farmers are also being fair to the general public, because the bottom line of all these problems that Cocoa Board is facing is the fact that the price of cocoa on the international market has gone down. So if your incomes have gone down, how do you expect to live the life you had led when your incomes were very good?
Still live on Joy News.